And our next speaker is MIEE Fellow and Global Minecraft Mentor. Welcome to the stage, Pekka Ouli.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to be here at home, and Mickey with crew and us met at the Hämeenlinna, I think last year.
Yeah.
And my speech is about virtual reality opportunities and utilization in learning. And I will tell how we deploy these things at previous presentations, how it's done in our region. And here is what I do. As you told that we are collaborating with Microsoft, I'm a fellow, and we are doing a lot of virtual reality and heavy machinery. So this is the scenery what we are doing at the Saariac. And we are always trying to put some fun these things what we are doing. And I hope today you will find MeetKiwi with AR application, and you can put the MeetKiwi everywhere. Take some screenshots. I get Begum the link and she will share it to you. And we are located in the middle of the Finland, and you are seeing the images what we are doing. There's a lot of food in Finland, and that's why we are cutting the wood and making everything out of it. And we are mixing it with the technology. So at the right side, you are seeing the very basic thing, the mystical men of the forest cutting trees. And then the left side, you are seeing this event idea, the new virtual reality warrior doing amazing things. And I think that we can combine these two things. You can be the mystical man of the forest in a virtual reality and learn how to cut trees and repair big machines and everything. And we are also showcase school, so we are doing a lot of collaboration with different colleagues and schools from different countries. And I think everything that is taught here, you should be thinking that, okay, maybe we can take this part and sell it to the other countries, or we can take people from other countries and take them here. We had a good discussion about this. Why aren't people selling education locally here? For example, how to grow forests efficiently, do sustainable development, make it so it doesn't break our nature. And the education, especially the vocational education, is something that is not everywhere. So actually at this moment, Finnish companies are selling these education models to different countries. And that's a possibility. In this picture, you are seeing at the left side some of our students. They are looking like every under 20-year-old guy in the region. We are educating workers, and at the background, you are seeing the biggest biofactory in Europe. 1.2 billion euros has been spent to build that, and they are making everything out of the wood, even clothes. So the possibilities, what you are making from the wood, they are developing all the time. They are making 3D printing materials, for instance. So getting the idea, even we have a really big factory there, you have to tell the story why this is important, why you should be buying Finnish forestry products. Maybe you are doing some virtual reality visits for the factory. People are thinking that, okay, if you're a pulp factory, it's destroying the nature. But if you are coming to Äänekoski, it's not the old school factory town. It doesn't smell like a pulp factory. You can actually swim there downstreams. And the next one, I will tell how we are using just a small amount. I will tell you how we are educating machine operators. And the previous pictures, them's trucks. We are educating how to do service training, how to fix those machines. I'm telling that how we are doing visual marketing, ICT training, and some example about healthcare. So I think that this will go deeper from Sami's presentation and really examples that are happening in Finland at this moment. From this picture, if you have a QR code reader, you can take tingling presentation from our school. And it's a good example of how we are using this technology to give these virtual trips to everyone. And this tingling, I think mostly have heard it and use it. It's basically like Google Earth kind of application that you can produce your own content. And for example, when our students come to our school, we are giving them the virtual tour of the campus. This is the actual place the learning happens. I will be showing some simulator examples. They are happening here. And from this presentation, you can actually walk in there. And if you have a Google Cardboard, you can use that. Or if you have virtual reality headsets with Mozilla browser, you can use the virtual reality interface for this. And in this field, I was kicking these machines. I was kicking there. So maybe you find me kicking there. And this thing is embeddable, for example, to Teams. And I think that this is the very basic idea how to make content. You should start with very simple tools like 360 cameras and some platforms, and then make content, and then move upwards and create like virtual reality applications. This is another example. You were telling that we are collaborating with local companies. Moiku is a company that is based in Viitasaari. We did a collaboration, and we did a virtual reality showroom together. And we went to John Deere After Sales Summit in Nice. John Deere is a 30 billion euros revenue company, so it's a huge. And every 2 years there's a global event. They are getting all their dealers there. And all the dealers are presenting their products. So the competition is huge. How to get your product done. And we did some 3D printing, and we did some software. And together with the company that takes our students there, we were presenting those products. And people are talking about numbers, what the effect is. And in the fairs, it's many times you are fighting for the audience. I would say that 80% of the people walking by stop at the stand. They were taking all these. They were asking, can I take your product demos? Can I take your leaflets? And not everybody did try this virtual reality stuff here, but they were watching. I was saying that you need to have a bit funny stories, and this virtual reality showroom, we made it so that it's in Viitasaari, in a flying saucer, in the top of a flying saucer, 60 meters up from Viitasaari. And these people visiting this stand, they were looking from the side of the saucer down, and they were fearing dying. And everything remembered the presentation in the evening when we went eating, drinking some beer. People said, "Oh, I know you. I was there and I was visiting your showroom, and there was so cool products." And I think it's a good example how collaboration with different partners brings really strange outcomes. Never Petrus could have been doing this kind of work by himself. We needed a partner, and together we had a virtual reality showroom. And from this video, can we make it play? Maybe not. It's okay. Okay, yep, back in business. I can send you some video links how it shows. We also did an augmented reality version about this, and Sami was telling about web virtual reality. We are able to make these module products in web AR, so the customer doesn't need to install anything to his or her device. So basically, if next time we go to some fair, we are giving them links, maybe QR codes, try this, and they can check these. This is the energy head of a big harvesting machine. It's big like this, and it takes trees and cuts them, and this part, it's in a trailer. It separates the parts of the trailer, so if there's a different parts of wood, you can separate them. So basically, with this web AR, you can do very quick product demos and give them to ordinary users, and they can showcase the products also. So basically, when you are demonstrating some kind of product, you are educating your dealer or student to do the same. And I think these models that Moibu was giving to us to make this software, we found that, okay, we can treat them, we can make VR, we can make AR, and everything works. How you are using just changes. And today, if you are wanting to try this kind of technology, just ask Begum, and she will have a MeKiwi augmented reality application, and you can put the MeKiwi everywhere. From Begum. And we will go further. And this, Sami was telling about virtual reality collaboration. And at this time, I think it is a huge possibility. If you are thinking about coronavirus and training people at different places, why want you to travel someplace? Actually, when I was coming to here, my colleague said that, okay, virtual reality conference where people are going there, it's crazy. Because the idea, we can do the same in virtual reality. And I was telling Pekka that maybe next time we are doing it in a virtual reality, but actually I was saying to my colleague that we have so different devices, and we have not yet with these people that maybe once we meet, and after that we are doing in a virtual reality. And I know at the Clue presentation they will be telling more about this. But this idea is the same model product, small Viitasaari company, that is making products like this. They can be teach how to install them in virtual reality. it's a multiplayer. So the people around here, they can join from everywhere. It's like playing online game in Steam. The person's avatars, we were thinking that we are not trying to do some kind of photorealistic things. Nobody wants to know what kind of person that is. Woman, male, other, we don't care. Just name on top of this and headset, because you are knowing where the other person is looking at, and some hands. Actually, the latest versions, we have some gloves there to show what is happening. And you can hear the voices. So if the other person is here and I'm telling something, he will hear that the voice comes from the behind. And it really changes how you are doing something. It's like a single player game and multiplayer game. It's totally different. And I suggest you are really looking for, when you are developing software, that it should be multiplayer. We are collaborating with bigger companies too, like Ponce. Ponce is making vehicle simulators and service simulators, and we are also making that kind of stuff. And so it's happening with big companies too. This is Dr. Sarafo from Lebanon. She has been visiting us, and I think that it's a big possibility that when we have this kind of learning environments, we can involve these people in real life or in a virtual reality to experience our professionals. I'll change this. And here, the Valtra tractor factory is also heavy machinery, and they are made in Altano, in Äänekoski. And these models, these can be simplified. In its only example, everything was shiny, there was shaders, there was gloss, there was optical effects. But I think in the service, these models can be very simplified. Here you are seeing training that is ongoing in Hirvaskangas service station. If you are trying from Oulu to Helsinki or southern part, in Hirvaskangas ABC service station, there's a building next to it, and every person that is servicing Valtra machines in the world, they are coming to that place. And in the future, very near future, I think even at the present moment, people are doing this. I think the coronavirus is really accelerating the process, how they are doing it. So Ponce, Valtra, big companies that are making machines. There's a video. And do you think it's... This is a 1-year-old video. Devices are different. So for the last thing, I'm going to tell that we are taking this very seriously. We are researching this. And how many minutes I have? 4 minutes. We are looking this video also. people were talking about data. Is this effective? Is this learning effective? We are collaborating with Jyväskylä University in a Kokemus project, and let's see if it's it's not running. Okay, and we are doing brain research and heartbeat interval measurements. And I think that virtual reality, it's not about the time. It's about how immersive the learning is. You all know when you are putting the headset, you are really like you have there. When you do something, it's something like you have really done it. And at the moment, we have a 2-year project. There's Finnish Air Force's Jyväskylä University, Jyväskylä Polytechnic, our school, and some companies like First Beat. And we are really measuring the outcomes. We are really believing that in a shorter time we can produce more efficient learning. And at this time we'll have an event. I don't have a program. This is a commercial. You can visit the Kokemus conference and Saarijärvi and see all these things there. And for the last, the possibilities is to take these all things and take them in different countries. And I think I have been in some kind of international events. All the people are interested about same kind of things we are talking here. And very different kind of people. And people were talking about healthcare. I think this guy is interested about mindfulness. Maybe we bring nature to this kind of environment. Kim was talking about distressed youth. I think this guy is talking about distressed people. And I think when these Ukrainian people heard about our project, they invited me to Ukraine to EdCamp event. And actually, the one performer at the event was his colleague, Dalai Lama. And we were talking about, can we heal with virtual reality? And I think we can scale these things that are discussed here today. And it's a big opportunity. And if you want to visit our DigiLab, okay, feel free to welcome. And I think now it's time for questions.
Thank you. What a powerful ending, like mindfulness and awesomeness. Question from the audience. Because here we definitely have the people in the core. The future, the millennials, plus the generations is upcoming, all the training and all the things they already learn in school, and what the possibilities it brings to the table for the future work life. So how do you feel all these awesome, open-minded young people, is it easy for them to enter work life these days with all these recent know-how?
I think it's a really good question, and that's a reason, like empowering photography, you are able to try the real workplace, and like this mindfulness. I have a down little brother, and he has a very strict rhythm of his week. And he can try different things. For example, in a real life, he cannot climb a chair. He's afraid. But in a virtual reality, I teased him, and he can ride a roller coaster. Maybe in the future he can do it in a real time too, real world too. But I think that kind of thing, that we can test different places, different professions, and for that, I'm saying for sure.
Yeah. Truly, yes, yeah. And like I mentioned before, I had this question in Twitter, and Pekka actually answered to it, and you said it, I think, really, really well, that the most critical part Or the scariest part about VR is that you don't even try.
Yeah.
So that's like, I think that sums up a lot.
Yeah, that is true, and I really encourage you that to take people to watch that thing. Many people are very suspicious that this is gaming or something like that. But when people are testing it, it's something like you are taking a magic pill or potion or something like that, and then you are into it.
Awesome, it's true that. Thank you, Pekka Ouli.
Thank you.